So I picked up this John Deere mower with this little yard trailer. I've been doing some yard work with it. Nice little tractor. It's 4-wheel steer. So when you turn the steering wheel, the back wheels turn as well. That's very nice. And the reason I got it cheap, it has one problem, and the problem is this right here. So this broke off, needs to be welded back in there. Other than that, the mower starts, runs, mows. It's a really nice mower. So the plan for it is to do a makeover on it and just bring it back in shape. Took me about 2 hours or so to wash this thing well, and I am shocked at how clean this thing is now. When I just bought it, I could see that it's in pretty good shape. Yeah, even though it was really dirty, but I mean, I was not expecting it to be in this good of a shape. This thing looks brand new to me. I guess John Deere quality is still there. The engine bay is really clean now. No more oil, no more grease. Yeah, I'm gonna leave this thing outside here to fully dry, and then I'll put it in the garage and start working on it. The first thing I'm gonna do is weld this back into place. It's supposed to go like that. Somebody tried to glue it back, and for obvious reasons it did not work, and this thing just broke off again. So I'm gonna have to scrape off and maybe grind off all this glue from here, and then I'm gonna weld it back into place. Not the most professional welding job, but it's holding really strong. When I try to move it, pretty much the whole mower moves. So I'm not proud of that welding job, but it seems to be strong. Next, I'm gonna start doing touch-up painting. So before I spray the yellow paint, I'm going over with some primer. And the reason I'm doing it with a brush is because I don't want the primer to overspray too much of an area, because all I need the primer for is to cover the metal where there's no paint before I put spray paint on top of it. And then once it dries, I'm gonna go over with the John Deere yellow paint, which is this one right here. This may actually seem funny that I'm doing touch-ups on such small areas, and if you think about it, most mowers are in a lot worse shape. But if I'm doing this, if I'm trying to restore this mower, why not? Why not make it nice and make it look like new again? It's not taking too much of my time, and it's gonna look nice. I welded this pretty bad and ugly. I mean, it holds great, but the weld is so ugly because I just bought my welder, and this was my very first thing I welded with it, so I'm not very proud of it, but I did what I had to do, and that's the best I could do for now. That's it. Just gonna wait for it to dry, and after that I'll spray a coat of yellow paint over it. I'm doing a super light first coat so the paint does not leak, and then I'm gonna have to do probably like 3 coats, super thin coats, and because of that I'm gonna have to do 3 times, but the outcome is gonna be much better. Okay, I'm finally done with the painting part. I had to do like 1,000 coats because this paint sucks. Never buy this paint. It runs super easily, and you have to do like 100 coats, otherwise it doesn't really cover anything, and then you have to do very small coats, otherwise it starts leaking like crazy and it just ruins the whole paint job. So next time I would rather buy Rust-Oleum. I had much better luck with that paint. But either way, it turned out great. The whole deck looks brand new. There is no more rust spots. It turned out great. No overspray. Now I just let it dry overnight. Um, there is a couple things left to do. We have to replace the seat. Um, I also have to change the oil, do some maintenance on it. Next, I want to do a full service on the engine. We got new spark plugs, air filter, oil filter, and new oil. I'm gonna start this mower, let it warm up. So um, there was obviously a oil leak somewhere because there was a bunch of oil before I pressure washed it, and I couldn't figure out where it's coming from. I actually kept checking everywhere, and I couldn't see where it's coming from. And I saw that there is a little bit of fresh oil in the dipstick area, and I started looking, and I found the problem. So if you look at that seal on the oil cap, the dipstick, you can see where that rubber seal is damaged. So as you as I would use the mower, it would slowly seep through there, and I guess it would like spread all over the engine. So that's a very simple fix. I'm gonna replace that right now. I bought this kit a long time ago, and it really helps me out sometimes because you have all different sizes in here, and you don't have to go and buy one O-ring when you need it. So I'm gonna quickly replace this right now. I'm gonna take one that's the closest to the one I just took off. Put it in there. Doesn't want to stay on there because there's oil. So it just slips off right away. I'm gonna try again. Oh, there we go. Right there. We have a brand new seal. I'm also gonna clean it inside. Make sure it's nice and clean. Nothing falls into the engine. Okay. We're ready to start filling the engine with fresh oil. It should take about I don't remember. It's like close to 2 quarts, but I'm gonna fill like a quart and a half and check and add more if I have to. The oil I'm using here is diesel 15W40 oil, great oil for lawnmowers, not just diesel trucks. I'm gotta make sure I don't overfill. Oh, still got more to go. Uh, I'll put a little more. Okay, let's check it real quick. Uh-oh, did I overfill it? Oh no, it's not quite there yet, halfway there. Yep, almost there. Put a little more. Not much. Not even a half quart. Only needs a little bit more. Okay. Now I'll check again real quick. Perfect. Take a look. Exactly where I need it to be. But first I need to start it now. Let the new oil filter fill up with oil. Then I'll recheck and add again. So let's start it up real quick. Okay. Now let's check it again. Yep. See that? Check this out. After I started it, it's not full anymore. So I'm gonna add a little bit more. Again, not much. Super easy to overfill. Actually, I'm gonna add just a tiny bit more. Okay, that should be it right there. Perfect. Boom. Check this out. We are exactly full. So I'm gonna leave it there. This is perfect. This is a perfect level there. Good to go. Oh yeah, it could definitely use some new spark plugs. That's gonna make it run a lot better. Okay, last thing is the air filter. Yeah, this one looks pretty filthy. To me, it seems like most people just never change air filters. I don't know why people think it's not important, but it actually is very important. The filter for an engine is like lungs for us. They need to breathe in fresh air. Yeah, this filter is so stuck on there. Pretty sure hasn't been replaced in many years. And they're cheap. This filter right here on Amazon was like 10 bucks. For 10 bucks, replacing it at least once a year, it's not gonna break your bank, but it's gonna make your engine last a lot longer. And it's so easy to replace a filter. Takes less than a minute. What I like about Kawasaki engines is that their filters, they actually, you have to bolt them on. Like this one, you have to bolt it on, and the other type of Kawasaki engines, they have a hose clamp that you clamp the filter with. All other brands, they just use a filter that you just push it in, or you just put it on top, and that's it. This way it ensures that no junk is gonna go inside the engine. That's why Kawasaki's, they last a lot longer, because just the way they're built, they're engineered to last. That's for sure. Okay, replace the cover. Back on. Alright guys, the John Deere is almost ready. I did a full service on the engine, fresh oil change, oil filter, air filter, spark plugs. The deck is also painted. All we have to do is put the spindle guards back on. Of course, I wasn't gonna leave this seat in here. I got a brand new seat for it that we're gonna replace as well. And before we do all that, I would like to take care of one more thing. So on this side of the mower, you see where gas was spilled, and the paint is nice and shiny right there. But once it gets here, I guess the gas damaged the clear coat. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm just gonna lightly buff it. Just gonna buff this area, and that should bring it back to shine, to look like this side. guys, the John Deere project is finished. I can't just only work on projects because I still have to work, so I do it on the weekends and on my free time. And because of that, the projects stretch out into a long process for me. So I'm excited to be finished with it. I don't know why, but I think this one was like my favorite project. Um, just the way it turned out, in my opinion, it turned out perfect. There is no flaws in this mower. It's solid. It's really solid. All the maintenance I did on it, everything, it's just a really nice mower. I love it. I love the way it looks. It's just beautiful. And I'm, of course, I have to do a price reveal on this mower. So the mower itself I bought for 500 bucks, and then the most expensive thing I had to buy for it is the seat, which was $130. And then I spent about $55 on maintenance at filters, the sticker for the engine, oil filter, air filter, oil. Um, Other than that, it's perfect. The belts are in good condition. The tires are great. They hold air. The blades are good on it. So it doesn't need anything else. It just needs to be put to a good use, and that's it. So I spent $185 on restoration and maintenance of this mower. So all in all, $685 the way it sits right now. In my opinion, that's a really good deal. That's a really nice mower for this price, and I love it. I actually mowed my whole property with this mower before. It's not fast. It's powerful, but it's not fast. So it takes a while, but it mows great. I have more projects coming, so guys, please stay tuned. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a like. I appreciate all the support. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, God bless.